All my life, since I was a little boy, I wanted to be a funeral director. And so I went about becoming a funeral director. But once I became a funeral director, I felt it was important to be involved in the community and to make things happen. And a lot had to do with a lot of other funeral directors before me. Mr. Fletcher, who was a funeral director here in Akron back in the early 1900s, he played a key role in developing the Urban League and working with the Firestone Company and developing the Urban League. And as a funeral director, I thought that that's the kind of role that we should continue to play. And so I basically got involved, not necessarily wanting to run for politics, but helping people that I thought that were good candidates, helping them establish a good campaign and help a lot of people run. Helen Arnold for the Akron Public Schools was one of the people that I worked with through the years, and just wanted to make sure that people like her got elected. And as that happened, I got involved in being involved in other organizations. I was president of the NAACP, and when I was the president of the NAACP back in 1983, there was a person running for president by the name of Reverend Jesse Jackson. And I ended up getting involved in that campaign, and I was the state co-chairman for the state of Ohio. And as I got involved in that campaign, Reverend Jackson came to Akron, Ohio, asked me if I would get involved, asked me what was I going to do after the campaign. And I basically told him I was going back to the funeral business because that's what I had done. And he encouraged me that I should consider running for public office, which I thought was crazy. I really wanted no part of being a politician. But he convinced me that the campaign was not necessarily meant to make him the president of the United States, but it was to encourage people like myself to get involved in the process. And so I took him up on his challenge. I ran for county council. I ran countywide, and I lost by 300 votes. Shortly after that, a seat came open in the ward that I was living in, Ward 3, and I was appointed at the time. Barbara Sykes was the 3rd Ward councilman. She became at-large council person. The president of city council at the time was Mayor Don Pasquellic, and he became the mayor of the city because Tom Sawyer went on to be a congressman, and that opened up the seat for me. And the rest is kind of like, I guess, history from the standpoint that I came on the city council. I served in every leadership position the council had to offer, and I eventually was able to become the president of the Akron City Council.